folks, JD here, and today we've got this. This is the JJRC H37, otherwise known as the baby Elfie, and this has been recommended to us from long-time subscriber Mimo. Thanks ever so much for this recommendation, buddy. Alright, let's open this up and let's have a little look inside. So we get a little manual there, then inside this box, oh that's nice, that's quite different to what we normally see. Okay, let's put the plastic and let's put everything else to one side for now, and let's just have a little look at this. So inside is a little fabric pouch. Inside this fabric pouch is going to be the quadcopter and all the parts that you could ever want to use with them. Now let's just have a 2-second look over this, because on the outside you get a little strap here, and you also get a little belt hook as well, so you can attach that to your trousers or attach it to a bag or something like this. Now this whole pouch doesn't weigh a lot. In fact, everything inside here comes in at 189 grams. Right, so let's open this up and have a little look. So if we go for the front pouch to begin with, inside here we get quite a lot of stuff. We get our, there we go, we get our, what is known as affectionately a gravity sensing transmitter. It isn't gravity sensing, it is just got a gyroscope and an accelerometer in here, so it senses exactly your movements and then lets the quadcopter relay them. Then we also have a USB charger. We have a little accessory pack there as well. We'll come back and have a little look at those. But to begin with, let's have a little look at this. Right. Oh, look how sweet that is. Wow, that is so small. Okay, this is what we've got. This is the baby Elfie. Oh, that is, they've gone back to the original look of the Elfie with this, more of a rectangular structure, more of a rectangular folding arm structure, and it looks really quite nice, really quite stylish. Matte black on the top here, like a sword type LED on the top, on and off button on the back here. You've got a 720p camera at the front here, which you can alter the angle of the lens, not through a wide array of angles, but you can also angle it quite substantially. So you can angle it directly to look at the bottom, or you can angle it to look at the top, or you can have it dead center in the middle there. Now also around the front of this quadcopter you've got this white assembly here, and likewise on the back. This is for LEDs, so when we come to turn this on we should obviously get LEDs in here. So let's have a little look at doing that. So is there, oh there we go, there's a little spacer inside there, just so that the battery connectors don't touch and turn the battery on in transit. So there we go, we get white LEDs in the front, red LEDs at the back, and then we get a blue LED working its way through this sword pattern here. Now, either side, to the left and also to the right, you have these folding arms. Now this is pretty much exactly the same as the original Elfie, so you have the folding arms which come out like that. Now what I would say is when I have pulled these out, even though they don't really forcibly click into position, they just kind of get placed into position, they do move. See, there's a little bit of movement there. Now that's good when it comes to a flying perspective, as all quadcopters will bend and move with the wind, and especially when if you corner them quite tight, they will move. They do need to have a little bit of movement there. But just also be careful. Just double check them. Just make sure there's not too much movement there just before you fly, just to ensure you have got a safe flight. Now, underneath here as well, this is where the battery is. The battery has got two little buttons either side of it. Push them in and then the battery comes out. Now this battery is proprietary, and it is totally encased in this little plastic housing. Should you want to take it out, there's two clips on the one side and then there's two clips on the other side as well. Now this battery will give you a flight time of 6 to 7 minutes. It also gives you a charge time of 60 minutes, and it's a 3.7 volt 400 milliamp hour. It's a 1S LiPo inside there, so that in itself is going to give you a little bit of flight time. This particular package is the Fly More combo, so I bought it with 2 batteries. You get the option of 1 battery, 2 or 3 from Banggood when you buy this, or at the time when I bought this I had the option of 3 and I went for 2, so that's quite nice. Right, now, and it fits in there really quite snugly as well. It doesn't, even with it not clicked in, it really doesn't come out of there. That's brilliant. Okay, so that is the most part of the quadcopter, but there is one thing that I want to draw your attention to. Right, you see here, These are where the rubber bungs should be fitting in for the landing sprigs, but they're not there because you have to put them in yourself. So if I open up this package, tip out everything from inside here, so I'll take you through the accessory pack now. So we get rubber bungs in here, which also, as I say, double up as the landing sprigs. So I'll put those on top of the scales there. You also get 4 spare propellers, and you get a USB charger in there as well. So as we don't need the USB charger or the propellers for now, I'm just going to pop those away all nice and safe so I know exactly where they are should I come to need them at some point. Right, okay, so there we go. So these rubber bungs, they look a lot like this, and pretty much they just fit into the bottom and you just push them in like that and then they stay in until you get that there. So then likewise complete with the others, so you just push them in until you have all 4 in. Now it will take a little bit in order for you to push them in, so have a little wiggle, have a little wangle of them there as well. If you twist them as you push them in, you will find they do go in a little bit nicer. So don't forget to do that. That just gives you a bit of cushioning between your surface that you're landing on and the quadcopter as well. If you don't have these, there's a possibility you may crack this plastic. Now this plastic is ABS, it is quite strong, but just be on the safe side. If you have the options of these rubber bungs, then pop the rubber bungs in there. Alright then, so that's that done. Now likewise when you come to fold this away, this is the front of the copter. Put in the front arms first and then do the back arms. That's what I find is the neatest, and also you don't get any propellers there showing up outside of the quadcopter. So that's the quadcopter. Now your total flying weight, so with your battery, with your rubber bungs in there as well, the total weight comes in at 61 grams. Perfect. Under that 250 gram weight limit, if that is in effect in your area. It's always good to double check though. Right, let's put that scales to one side. Let's come on to this transmitter. Now this transmitter is pretty much what we've seen in the past with the Elfie Plus and a couple of other quadcopters. Now we have your directional turning here, and then if you want to pitch forward or pitch back, you use this transmitter exactly in the way I'm showing you, same as left and right, and this is how you will move the quadcopter and turn the quadcopter. Now we do have a couple of buttons on here. Now calibration, when you come to turn on the quadcopter and the transmitter and you come to bind them, the calibration is just this one button. Click it down and then you'll have all LEDs inside on the quadcopter will start to flash. When the LEDs have stopped flashing, then that is when the quadcopter is calibrated and ready to go. You have a speed button on the other side here. It should, when it turns on, be in speed mode 1. You get 3 speed modes, so click down again for speed mode 2, click down again for speed mode 3, and click down again to go back to speed mode 1. Every time you click, you will hear a different set of beeps coming from here. So for speed mode 1, you'll have 1 beep, speed mode 2, 2 beeps, speed mode 3, 3 beeps. Also, should you want it, if you push the top button here, that is headless mode. And then if you push this button here, that is light control, so you can turn the LEDs on and off of your quadcopter. And then if you push this one here and hold it, it's emergency stop. And then likewise you have your on and off button on the side here. Now as for batteries, the batteries inside here I think are AAA, if I remember correctly from the other one. Yeah, there we are. So AAA batteries, 2 are needed in order for this to function. This transmitter does not allow charging of any way, shape or form, so you are going to have to put short port or pre-charged batteries in here before you take her out for a flight. Okay, so I'm going to leave all this out as this is something that I'm going to need to charge when before we come to fly her. Now, the next step for all of this is for us to just have a little refresher course on the JJRC app. Now then, the JJRC app we've seen before. This is just a quick refresher. Once you've connected your app to your quadcopter, once you've connected your phone to your quadcopter, you can then open up the app. Then you can click connect. Once you've clicked connect, it's a very simple, very basic layout. It's very similar to what we've seen before. First of all, we have the back button. Then we have take photo, take video, get to the photos and the videos that you've taken from. It's basically just like a file manager. And then click back. Ooh, that's a little bit tricky. Then you've got your speed modes 30, 60, 100 for speed mode 1, 2 and 3. When you've turned on the analog sticks, you can then turn on altitude hold mode. Then you'll notice the left analog stick snaps into place. You are then presented with a few more options: automatic takeoff, automatic landing, flight plan, emergency stop, as well as the top one, which is 360 flips. You also have your yaw, roll and pitch trims along the side and bottom. If you were to click this little next button here, this will give you gyro controls. You can control your quadcopter pretty much just by moving your phone like this, just by gyro control. Then you have your settings, and this last button here, this is how you would set your gyros, just by clicking that once, and then your gyros and your quadcopter would set themselves. Alright, so that is just a little refresher on the JJRC app. Let's go back and have a little look at all of the package put together. So, to start off, this is what you get. You get your quadcopter, your transmitter, you get your spare battery, one of two in my case, you get your accessory bag, you get your little carry case, you also get a little manual as well that comes with it that we haven't looked at. Inside this manual, you should have the QR codes to get the JJRC app, which are right here. It also will take you through the JJRC app, as well as exactly how to use the transmitter, the buttons for the transmitter, how to put the batteries in, how to bind your remote control with your quadcopter, and how to use it as well. So have a little read of this, as it's quite good. So there we are, folks. This is everything that you get. Thank you ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD. You've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy flying.